Well, today certainly hasn't gone to plan. Thankfully the crash bars did their job. Yeah, I'm stuck here. All the plans are going to shit. Well, today has been a totally weird day. Having ridden west from Paramaribo to New Nakeri the previous day, it was time to strike out across the Currentine River to Guyana. The ferry leaves from South Drain, which is a little over half an hour from New Nakeri. Leaving town around 7:30, it was a pretty morning for a ride. Well, today certainly hasn't gone to plan. I was just sitting by the side of the road about 500 metres away from the ferry terminal. A bloke came around the corner, locked up his brakes, was doing way too much, I don't know what it was, couldn't make the corner and just smashed straight into me. So thankfully the crash bars did their job, but front brakes are rooted, front brakes are gone. My foot doesn't feel too good, but I don't want to take it out of my boot yet in case I can't get my boot back on again. So I couldn't believe it. I said to him, what the f*** on your head? I was squaring up, I swear. I was so angry. So that's turned what was going to be a pleasant day into a disaster. I mean, it could have obviously been worse, but Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. So now I've got to make another plan. So just waiting now for the cops to turn up at the ferry terminal here. And the car's queuing up to get to Guyana. And yeah, I'm stuck here. All the plans are going to shit. So just waiting for the cops to make a statement. The fucking guy hit me. He was ready to get on the next ferry and like I stood in front of his car and I said, listen mate, you got to stay here till the police turn up. And I talked to the security guys here and the military policemen. They're going to keep him here. But he was just ready to get on that boat and go. I thought actually he was going to drive away from me when he knocked me off. He went a bit of a distance away and then sort of paused, and then he went a little bit further, and I thought he's going to just do the bolt. You probably realised he couldn't get very far because it's a dead end street. But I just think he could have been a hell of a lot worse than it was. If he'd hit me, well, you can see here, if he's hit me here, and I was sitting on the bike here, so if he'd come a little bit further forward, he would have smashed my leg to bits. After the police turned up, we spent about an hour with them explaining what had happened. They checked out the damage to my bike and to the car that hit me. Then, without a word to me, the bloke who had run into me left the police station to catch the second ferry of the day to Guyana. The police offered to show me where the hospital was in New Nakeri so I could get my foot checked out. I'm back from the hospital and I had some x-rays done on my foot where the bike landed on it. And thankfully they've shown I've got no broken bones, so I'm very pleased about that. But as you can see, it's pretty chubby. My ankle's disappeared altogether. Normally it looks like this, all skinny. So, yeah. So I'm pleased I mean, it's a great relief not having any broken bones, that's something, but it's going to take a while for the swelling to go down, and I'm not moving too well, I can tell you that much. By now I was hoping to be in Guyana somewhere, but today really didn't turn out how I'd hoped. And I never thought this morning when I woke up it was going to end up like it did. Anyway, I'll have to think about what I do from here. After a 4-day lay-up in a hotel, the swelling in my foot had gone down sufficiently for me to squeeze my boot on. With no real option to get the bike repaired in Suriname, I decided to make a second attempt to reach Guyana. From what I could find out online, there seemed to be a couple of bike shops in the capital Georgetown that might be able to help me out. Well, this is the corner where the bloke hit me a few days ago. Just coming down the end of this straight now. So there's signs here, there's rumble strips. There's a 30k an hour sign. You can see the river straight ahead of you. So, I mean, there's no excuse for not knowing there's corners here. So that's the end of the straight there, and I was just over here. Just about here somewhere, I guess. And under this, it's funny, this is a mango tree here, and everyone who's asked about the incident, I told them where it was, and they said, "Oh, under that mango tree." I'm like, "Yeah, that's the one." Yeah, so I'm sitting about here, I guess. Actually can't see his skids anymore, they were quite clear the other day. And I'm pointing this way, and then I heard the screech of the lock-up of the brakes, and I turned around. He's basically coming sideways around this corner, and the front quarter panel, it's me in the riding position, just gone bang and hit the trailing edge of my crash bars. Sent me from there and ended up over here somewhere. Yeah, sort of lying down here, bike was sort of over on its side here, and yeah, I think one of the most shocking things about the whole incident, apart from how fucking stupid the whole thing was that bloke, not once did he ask about my welfare. Not once did he ask if I was okay. Like, he parked up just I don't know, 20, 30 metres down there, and then he sort of edged forward a bit, and I thought he was just going to go, and I charged. By the time I've got my helmet off and I'm walking down here, I'm absolutely wild. And he never apologised. I mean, I thought, okay, he doesn't want to admit liability or fault at this stage because of something to do with claims or something or whatever. But then later, when we had the meeting with the cops and he said he wasn't going to dispute the fact that it was his fault, he still didn't apologise then either. And yeah, not once did he ask if I was all right, even when I told him I had to go to the fucking hospital to get checked out. Not once. He had my phone, we swapped numbers and everything. I was a snake and a bird. Look at that. Snake's having a go at the bird, bird's having a go at the snake. Cool. Yeah, and he no message afterwards saying, "You okay?" or, "What happened?" or "Did you break anything?" Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't know, that maybe he never recovered from me calling him a fucking idiot, but he definitely qualified for it. Anyway, I'm going to go and try and get on the ferry. Hopefully today will go a little bit better. Unbelievable. just us stray dogs left here at the ferry terminal. There was an issue with my export permit not coming through, even though I was assured everything was in order and I could leave. So I'm still here. Ferry's gone without me. And that's 2 strikes out of 2 for attempting to leave Suriname. So I'm just hanging here with my mates, hoping that the permit will come through soonish and I can catch the next boat. Thankfully there is a second one today. It leaves in an hour or so, I think. And yeah, hopefully I can get on board that one. If not, yeah, I don't want to really think about that. As it turned out, having had no word from my customs agent, I missed the second ferry too. Even the stray dogs abandoned me. Well, today has been a totally weird day. So after the disappointment of not being able to catch the ferry this morning, I packed up and headed back into town here. And on the edge of town, because I wasn't able to get any phone coverage at the ferry terminal, I'd stopped outside a servo just to make some inquiries about getting my permit sorted, my export permit for the bike. And who should turn up at the servo, trundling by, is the bloke who knocked me off my bike the other day. He's come by, slowed down, seen me, spotted me and turned in and rolled down his window. "Oh, hello James, how are you? How are things?" And I thought to myself, who's this guy? Because he's not the bloke who knocked me off my bike. That guy was borderline psychopathic. He didn't show any empathy at all. He was just like a robot. And at the time I thought, maybe he's really shaken up by what happened. But then when even later in the day, when he just walked out without even so much as saying goodbye and I'm sorry about that, I thought, no, he's just not like the rest of us. But no, he was, and then he stuck his hand out of the window and said, to shake my hand and said, I'm sorry about the other day. So, well, I've got to say, it did kind of reinstate my faith in humanity a bit, which was nice, because that was pretty troubling otherwise. He said, "Oh, look, I'm just going down to the insurance broker now. Come with me, and we'll get it sort of sorted." So we went down, and yeah, the broker had a look at his car and my bike, and yeah, the wheels are in motion. Pardon the terrible pun, for getting everything fixed up. So that was good. But yeah, what an odd way to finish the day. I went back to the hotel, and thankfully they had a room for me. It was time to prise my boot off and get my foot on ice, and try to fix the export permit issue that had stopped me from leaving Suriname. Next morning, armed with a new export permit from my customs agent, I rode back out to the South Drain ferry terminal. I was hoping it was going to be a case of third time lucky. Paperwork is lodged, export permit's been accepted, everything's been stamped, copied and cited, and so yeah, I hesitate to say, but I reckon I'm just about to make it onto the ferry. Looks like we're starting to load now. But everyone was very friendly out of all the officialdom here. They all knew me from the last couple of days, and some from the day of the crash. Oh, good on you, mate. Just threw a can into the creek. A dickhead.
What you do with your rubbish says a lot about you. Hey, tosser, put it in the bin.
missing my front brake at the moment. Very handy. I was finally on the ferry, but after the last few days, I fully expected there to be some problem waiting for me when I reached Guyana. I had been warned that the traffic would be crazy on the 3 to 4 hour ride to Georgetown, and I wasn't looking forward to it with a sore foot and no front brake. And once I arrived, would I even be able to find a bike shop that could fix up the Tenere?